Welcome to another TPO flight a month. We're going to keep with the Jig Hook theme here for another run. In the vise now is Hannah Competition Tiemco Jig Hook. It is a C400 BL. This is a size 14. Alright, super long point, wide hook gap. Penetrates into the fish real well. So the first material I'm going to use, of course I have the tungsten bead on there. This is 7/64, it's tungsten bead. Right? I'm going to coat a slight little bit of the hook here with super glue, and I'm going to wind 15 thousandths wire onto the shank of the hook. So there, I'm going to take the wire off. Now, for my thread, I'm going to use 70 UTC in dark brown. Just going to get that little ramp like we did with the other one of thread going right to the lead wire. Going to trim it. So I built a little ramp of thread back to the lead wire. So what I did is I took a piece of fluorescent chartreuse chenille and I burnt the tip, and that's going to be the caddis larva sticking out from the casing. I'm going to tie that in. Alright, I'm going to trim that. Alright, now the next material is I'm going to tie in a little bit of wood duck along each side. One clump on this side, the opposite side. Okay, now I'm going to tie in a clump on this side. Okay, now I'm going to trim the wood duck feathers. There's Tucker. Is he going to come in here, or is he just going to ask for food? So I'm going to tie in the next material here is copper wire, small. I'm going to tie that in. Now, the dubbing, I'm just going to use gray spiky squirrel for this one. Alright, see now this fly, it's going to be very useful, especially with all this high water that we have. Making this, it's March 10th. And there's going to be a lot of Grannom Caddis larvae, or as out west they call Mother's Day caddis larvae, being washed along the bottom of the stream, and the fish really do know what they are. So now I'm just going to take this, going to wind this up the hook shank. Okay. Get a little more dubbing. Alright, and now I'm just going to rib it, just for durability, but I'm going to try to get the ribbing in between the dubbing so that it still looks very buggy. We're almost done here. This is a painless fly. This one works really well. I can tell you, I've been fishing this one for the past few weeks, ever since I got all these jig hooks from Riley at UmpQuest, so it's really been doing some damage on the streams that have the Grannom larva. So I'm just going to whip finish this. I'm going to cinch down, and there it is. Just tied on a jig hook, with the idea is that this hook, when it's on the bottom, I turn it over. It's going to ride like this on the bottom. It's not going to get snagged up because the point is facing up. The lead head is going to ride down on the bottom, the tungsten head, and the lead wire is going to make that hook weighted very heavy in the front. It's going to go very slow, and then that caddis is just peeking out the back. And that's probably a very good trigger for the fish, is that fluorescent green in the back. It creates contrast, as you can obviously see, between the dark body and the light back. And contrast is something that all successful flies have. So have at it with this caddis pattern, and let us know how you do.